Okay, because I can't see it. Dan.
Yeah, I think you're going to be good.
Okay.
Yep.
Is it 5? Hey, everybody. This is Matt. We're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for tuning into another reveal video. This one is a super cool one. It is our second Build a Classic Fender workshop for 2023. And it's a doozy, you guys. There are some really, really excellent stuff we have to show you. You've got 7 people. There's some people watching who are looking for specific people, right?
Dad and Popo.
Do they have like walk-up music or like entrance music or something we have to play? I don't know. Chris is working with everybody. We are really coming down to the wire. I don't know why, but on Thursdays, everything's really chill. And then on Friday morning, everything's pretty relaxed. Friday at 4:35, it's kind of one of those assholes and elbows things. But you would know that if you came out to one of these workshops, because it is like that every single time. Normally, I would have Chris to my right, your left, to say, "Isn't that right, Chris?" And you go, "Yep." But you could just imagine what that would be like. Chris is walking around, making sure everybody's guitars are going to be ready, because it's time to drink beer and it's time to eat pizza and it's time to be done, and it's time to show off some cool guitars. So, without further ado, why don't we get some cool people up here and talk about their cool guitar? Who's the coolest? This should be like where everybody's like fighting.
My dad.
Like, I'm the coolest. Yeah. So why don't we get somebody up here?
I'll come up.
All right.
Popo in the house.
Popo in the house. So this is my good friend Scott, who you might know as Po or Popo. The importantest thing to remember is that we have been quoting Heartbreak Ridge all week long.
Yes.
And what we haven't done, though, is sing the Model A Ford and a tank full of gas chant. Yeah.
Maybe we'll skip that one.
Yeah, maybe. Yes.
This is PG.
This is a PG, not PG-13. So, Scott, how are you? And tell me, crud. You and I built a guitar together. We should show that off as well. But let's talk about this one first.
Yes.
Raise it up just a little bit so we can see the whole.
So,
yep, there we go.
there it is. It's a Telecaster.
So, Scott, tell us what did you expect when you walked in the door on Monday, and how do you feel now that it's Friday?
Well,
and
first of all,
check it out what he made, everybody.
So it's been a great week. I've had a blast. It's work. It's hard work. And Chris and Matt, they really drove us. They gave us a lot of great advice. All we had to do was holler.
Mm-hmm.
They'd come running. And it's like I say, it's been hard work, but I have to tell you, it's been a total. I just completely enjoyed it.
Excellent.
I'd do it again in a second. So I'll tell you about this guitar.
Tell us about it.
I have a little story here.
Okay.
So Telecaster, actually originally called a Broadcaster, was a trademark. The name was a trademark violation.
That's right, for Gretsch drums, as it were.
That's right. So when it was introduced in 50,
52, I believe. But is it right? 50. Okay.
As a broadcaster, they had to take that name away, and it went for a couple of years with no name.
No caster.
The no caster.
Yeah.
So then it was reintroduced, I think 52, 53, as the Telecaster. So one of the first guitars that was used to transition from acoustic.
May I ask you, what was it like in 1952 when they came out with that?
I wasn't born yet. 3 years later, I was born listening to the blues. No, seriously, Telecaster being one of the first transitional guitars between acoustic and some of the early electrics, and used by Delta blues greats like Muddy Waters.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't have one.
Do you remember that movie Crossroads?
Yeah.
Not the Britney Spears one, but where he goes, I bet
Ralph
you bought this
Macchio.
guitar because you thought it was beat up. Man, Muddy Waters invented electricity. Yeah.
And then they went off and bought a Telecaster. So I didn't have one, wanted one. So came out
You
to
didn't have
Colorado.
a Telly?
Nope.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So came out to Colorado to Texas Toast, and under the supervision of Matt and Chris, and built myself something like a Telecaster, except it is
You can't get one like this.
a Delta caster as a tribute to the old Delta bluesmen.
I think it's really cool.
And I hope you can see that CNC'd, basically
Put
carved
her
in.
up there get it in the camera there so everybody can see because you have a custom. Is that in the
Yes.
shot there?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So Chris helped you out with that cool logo.
Yep.
That's excellent.
Also because it has a Delta blues theme, I wanted to go with. We're going to make a slight modification here.
So one of the things that Paul's being kind of modest. Paul, one of the things that this guy's being a little modest about is that, or he hasn't gotten to it yet, is that Scott did all of the work on this guitar, and it was a chunk of wood when he got here, and now I mean it's gone from lumber to what I think is, and I think you'll agree, an heirloom quality instrument that this guitar is going to be in the family for
pry
a
it
long,
from
long
my
time.
dying hands.
Of course, they're asking to see the back.
Okay, so we're going to get to the
let's
back.
get to that. So along the Delta blues theme, I wanted to pick a color that is Delta-ish. So we did it up in this beautiful swamp green.
Really turned out cool. That's a cool color. Did Chris and you custom mix that a little bit?
A little, and you know what? I didn't paint it. I did all the other work to it, but I had to ask Chris to paint it because I didn't want something with drips and runs and blotches and all of that.
More to the point, you didn't have a respirator, so we didn't want you to keel over in the paint.
Well, that too. Yeah, that too. But anyway, I'm really pleased with how it came out. The truth is, I haven't heard it yet because we were right down to the wire. I haven't tuned it yet, but it has been set up. Again, I think it's so beautiful.
So you went with Hipshot locking tuners on a roasted maple neck with a roasted maple fretboard, swamp ash body that you did the Strat comfort contours on. That's something that you can't really get on a Telecaster these days. You have the Fender noiseless pickups for Tele.
Mhm.
And who made the bridge there?
I can't pronounce it.
I can't even. Is it Babbage?
Babbage.
So yeah, and it's a pretty tricky bridge. You got the standard controls, string through body, and you even have a super cool neck plate that says custom built. What is it? Custom made by Scott Edwards at Texas Toast Guitars. That's cool. It also has built by Scott Edwards up on the headstock, which is pretty excellent. And Scott, you got to do something that, well, anybody who has a child could do. You got to come with your son to this workshop.
Absolutely.
And that's not the first time it's happened, but every time it happens, I love it because it's a really neat thing.
Yeah, and we've had a great time. Just hanging out and working with all these other great folks. And I got to tell you, I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
It's been great to have you here. I'd love to have you come back. That would make my day too. So yeah. So what about the other one? Are we keeping that one under wraps? Okay. All
It's
right.
top secret.
Okay.
Now it's kind of out.
I'm
But
not
yeah,
going to say anything more.
We actually made 2.
We may or may not have made another one.
But
Mostly may.
mostly May. Kind of. You'll find out.
So, and it was your birthday this week as well, yeah?
Yeah, mine was on Saturday. Rich's, my son, was on Monday.
Okay.
And we started on Monday. I think that was a great present to both of us.
Oh man, it's been great to have you guys both here. So.
Yeah, and thanks so much, man.
Absolutely. Let's
Chris?
get Rich up here to
Chris, wherever you are, thank you.
He's right there. He's got his nose buried in another guitar. Let's get Rich up here because I think everyone's waiting to see Rich too. And,
bye, guys.
Thank you, Scott. And you guys made such awesome killer instruments.
We had a super chat from Brian Duncan.
Super
He
chat
said-
from Brian Duncan.
He just said reveal, send some money, and
God bless you, Brian.
Brad Guitar Miller said Happy Friday from Hot Florida. Really love these and miss being there.
We miss we miss having you here too, both Brad and Brian. Thank you guys for the super chat.
Daddy's
Hi, Rich.
here.
What happened?
Daddy.
Hey, someone who's related to you may or may not be watching.
Yeah, shout out to my girls.
Oh, Scott, do you want to say hey to anybody while we had you up?
Yeah.
You want to come back and
Well, I think
come. Yeah.
He's got grandkids watching.
Grandkids watching, and yeah, okay. Okay, so did we miss anything when you were up here?
probably, but I can't remember what it was.
Well, let's say hey to everybody now that you're both here. We have multi-generational experience.
So grandkids. I heard Mason, I'm sure Ryder is on there. Ty, the oldest, is on there.
Cool.
Brody,
Saw
Richard's
Brody,
son.
yep.
The ones that I mentioned are my daughter Sydney's kids, and then of course Brody, Richard, and Casey, who is I'm sure is on here. Their kids, Brody, Olivia Jane, or
Brodies are
OJ.
And Odo?
No, Odo's on there.
Odo says
And
hi.
of course, and of course, Bryn and Sloan, the little one. So I love you guys. It's been fun. I tried to take care of Daddy, or maybe he took care of me.
Thanks for letting us have your dad and your granddad here with us. That's been
Love
great.
you guys.
Oh, we had a mug for the camera. Hi, Rich. How are you, sir?
Doing great, thank you.
So everybody to my right, your left is Richard Edwards, not Eddie Edwards. And so, Rich, what brings you here to Texas Toast Guitars, other than what your old man was talking about? Because you have a cool story too.
Yeah, so 2 years ago, I entered the Great Guitar Build-Off, and I ended up getting 10th place. The only reason I wanted to enter the competition was for the special prize that you guys were giving away, which was this class.
And here you are.
And here I am. It took 2 years. So yeah, shout out to Casey, Brody, OJ, Brennan, Sloan, my mom, everyone who supported me.
Hey, when are we going to get into that cake?
And yeah, we got a cake. Well, we'll do the beers.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Pizza, cake, and beers later.
All right.
But yeah, I've been waiting for 2 years. This is a dream come true. And it's
Has it been
great
2
week.
years?
2 years.
Gosh. Okay. All right.
Actually, 2 years. Yesterday is when I finished the guitar.
Whew. All right. Well, I'm so glad that you made it out, and that you got to take advantage of the prize that we gave away for the Great Guitar Build-Off. And thanks to Ben Crow for doing the Great Guitar Build-Off. It was a lot of fun when we did it, and I'm glad that people are still doing it. So, what do you got here, man? You kind of went. You kind of talked to Steve to tell the whole story.
Oh man! So in the 2 years, I changed my mind a dozen times.
Mhm.
You know, I
Yeah, I know.
emailed Matt and ended up going with this 5-string bass, which was not something that we had templates for. So yeah, shout out to Steve, Maximum Guitar, for putting this together. And this is again 5-string bass. I'm gifting.
This is the very, very first time we've ever done a 5-string bass in one of the workshops. And I think it's Steve's very, very first 5-string bass template set. So, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, yeah. So I'm gifting this bass to my buddy Isaac. He's a great funk bass player, hasn't had a new bass in a long time, and I know it's going to get a lot of use in his hands.
That's awesome. Happy meal for Isaac. Good for him and good for you, too. So, what do you got here? What tell us the story.
So I also went roasted maple neck.
By the way, this has a reinforcement in addition to the truss rod. So, this neck will be good for a long, long time.
We obviously did a burst, kind of a ghosty burst here. We got the Ray Ross saddleless bridge, which has no break angle here.
I've never seen that before. That's really cool.
Pretty cool, yeah. I hope he likes it.
What's not to like?
Fishman Fluence pickups, active, and obviously Hipshot tuners.
Mhm.
Also having a little neck plate on the back here.
That looks so. You went with the murdered out back. That's pretty
Yeah,
slick.
wrap around.
Cool.
But yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing it in some capable hands.
If I knew how to play this string and these frets, I would play it. But yeah, man, this is great. So how was your experience here? Because you were like, man, 2 years ago I really wanted to come out. Did we live up to your expectations?
Above and beyond.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you.
was so much fun.
I'll get you that. I'll get you that $10.
Yeah, I haven't used power tools since I'm in 7th grade, so
Okay.
just getting
But you
in
do
here.
building and stuff too, though, right?
I built kits.
Okay.
I built quite a few
Cool.
kits. None of them have come out, I think, as good as this one has.
Man, that's pretty marvelous.
So yeah, I'm just over the moon right now.
Cool. What was your favorite bit?
I think just going from like day one from a block of wood into a body that
Mhm.
that looks like this, and then once you see the paint on there, those are my favorite bits.
Do you think that was this like what you had in mind when you walked through the door, or did you kind of shift on the fly throughout the?
This is exactly what I had in mind.
You
Yeah.
can't get any better than that, right?
Not at all.
Cool, outstanding, my friend. Well, excellent job, and thank you for to everybody watching. Thanks for letting us have your dad here, or your brother, or your son, or whomever you happen to be, whoever that distinction fits.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dad'll be home tomorrow, girls.
Mason says hi. And everybody loves the blending of the color, how the chrome and the black look together. Yeah.
It's really, really excellent. Good job, man.
Thank you very much.
Good job. Well, we couldn't have done it without you. All right, everybody, let's get somebody else up here. Who wants to come up now? Everyone's just all right. Well, thanks for watching. And,
Paul's right there.
come on, Paul. I've been asked very pointedly to say, everybody, this is my friend Paul.
This is my friend Matt.
Yeah. Paul, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing really well.
Dude, we came down to the wire today.
We did. Just got the installation set 2 minutes ago. And that's,
What do we have here? You've got a cool you've got a lot of neat stuff happening.
Yeah, it's a big thing for me to come out here because it's there and back's about 10,000 miles, including the road trip when I get home. So 12,600 miles each way on a plane and 250 miles on a coach.
Paul, you have the distinction of coming the farthest so far,
And across the most water.
and our first international participant.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, that is pretty excellent. You will go down in history, sir.
There is only one first.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, so I wanted to. I've been watching the guys for the past however long it is, 3 years, that sort of thing. Looked at other people that are doing it and decided that their style fitted more with my style.
Yeah, I like your style.
Middle-aged blokes telling fart jokes, drinking beer. That's all right.
We'll work up one of them right now. I'm not going to tell you which one it is. Maybe it's a joke. Maybe not.
So it was a classic Fender class. So true to most things I do in life, where we're presented with a classic something, I kind of go a bit off reservation.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing that's really Fendery about this is the shape of the body. And as you can see, there's some nice Clara walnut there from Steve at Maximum Guitar Works.
So how did that work out? Because you sent this walnut to us months and months ago.
Yeah, well, I went on to Steve's website. And the thing about Steve's site is when you're buying these tops, they're a full 1/4 inch. And the one that you click for is the one that you actually buy. You're not buying something which is a grade 3 or a grade 5.
Yeah.
You're actually pointing at a piece of wood, and that's the piece of wood that came. So I snapped it up and got it shipped up here so it could sit for a few weeks and get itself acclimatized to Denver.
Yeah.
And
Steve is about an hour and a half south of us, but still, we want it to be just right.
But his shop will be different to yours, I guess.
Sure.
So, yeah, so
Well, it turned out beautiful.
turned out absolutely drop dead wonderful. And it's got a roasted maple neck.
And you designed your own headstock to go with that?
Designed a headstock, and with a bit of help, a lot of help from Chris, we got the Goldfinch logo on there, and we've got the name of me on the back there. We've got locking tuners, Hipshot locking tuners,
Okay.
open gear locking tuners, which are absolutely the coolest tuners in the world.
That's the ones to use.
And on the back, instead of the usual ferrules, I got hold of a nice little widget there that keeps everything looking fine and dandy.
Yeah, that's a pretty slick deal.
Yeah. And instead of putting a neck plate, just to make things a little bit more off the reservation, as it were, we've gone for some countersunk ferrules in the back there.
Well, it really turned out terrific, man. What was one of your favorite things to do while you were here?
The favorite thing I think really is to see the pieces of wood go from dull pieces of wood that could have been in anybody's fire bin, putting them to the sander, planing them up, cutting them out, and then the first time that you get any finish on this, and you see the wood come to life.
Oh yeah,
Even-
that's the.
Even the ash on the back,
Mhm.
it just pops when you get that finish on it, and that's largely down to Chris. There were one or two, excuse me, little issuettes that we had to fix, but Chris Fesca, the fixer.
Don't tell anybody about any issuettes. It's perfect every time.
It is when we finish.
Yeah, okay.
It's not where you start or where you go. It's
That's
where
right.
you finish.
It's not where you've been.
Yeah. So Chris's experience at dealing with wood, which is a natural material,
Mhm.
enables us to get around and make everything look absolutely fine and dandy.
Well, you built yourself a really excellent looking guitar there, and I hope that you love it because I do. And I don't know if you guys know, but I have a copy of Paul's book.
Oh, good.
And if you don't have a copy, you can get one. Where can you get one?
Amazon.
So is it Kindle or I mean it's not exactly like it's easy to read.
Yeah.
It's poetry and
There's
thoughts on
just
life and
bits and pieces.
which I love that stuff. So Paul gifted me with this copy of his book and I love it. And thank you, Paul. He even signed it for me. And I can't read you because it's very, very blue, the inscription.
Ooh.
Yeah. There's a lot of naughty words in there. Yeah. And a lot of 4-letter words. No. So it doesn't have any of that.
I'd like to say hi to Sally before I forget. Sally's
She's-
watching.
she's on here.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. Thank you, Sally, for letting us have Paul all week. It's been great to have him here. And we're going to try to get him positively
Back again.
liquored up tonight. I was back again. That's what I meant.
Maybe, well, you tried to get me liquored up last night, didn't you?
Yes, that's right. We gave you the Uptown fade.
And I wasn't the one with the hangover this morning.
No, I was bitten by the evil worm this morning, y'all. But Paul, it's been great to have you here, and it's so much fun to it's neat to be able to put faces to names. I see people on the website or the chat section, and sometimes I know who it is, and sometimes I don't. So it's really great to finally meet people, and it's great to have you here. Thank you, Sally, for letting us have Paul all week. I already said that, but I mean it. And Paul,
He doesn't
great.
usually mean it. That's what he's.
That's right. No, I mean it. This time, when I'm talking about you, Paul, I mean it. Yeah, when Jim comes up here, I'll mean it too. Yeah. But terrific work, man.
And thanks to everybody else. It's been a blast being with you guys here. All
The esprit de corps among the lads is terrific.
absolutely.
And this class is no different. And actually, I think this is one of the better ones. You guys really did. You guys, super cool bunch of guys. So yeah.
Well,
Excellent.
I'll get on my way and let somebody else.
Thank you, Paul. Who wants to come up next?
Couple super chats.
See you soon,
Super
Sally.
chat.
Brad Guitar Miller saying to
Brad.
everyone, welcome to the alumni. And he's asking, make sure they get the diploma. Do you have stickers and things
We
like that?
do have stickers. We'll
Yes.
make sure everybody gets some stickers and stuff. Oh no, we don't want that one. I
Brody,
don't think, right? We don't.
Brody is saying he sent a super chat. Tell Richard I need Robux.
Robux.
Tom L super chat. So impressed
you,
at what you're able to create in a week. Truly amazing guitars.
It's quite unbelievable, really.
J Van B said that walnut would have never been in a fire bin though.
Okay, yeah. So John says that walnut wouldn't have been in a fire bin. Yeah. You got some pieces that can go in your burn box at home. So Butch, come on up, man. Everybody, this is Butch. He also doesn't have an accent.
Everybody's so easy to understand this week.
You guys,
We had a fun week.
I cannot tell you how neat it is for me. People come from all over the world to come out and build guitars with us. And when Chris and I first started doing this, Butch, we're like, I don't know who's gonna come. And we thought maybe people like in the neighborhood, you know what I mean? You're here in local to Colorado. We've got people from England. We've got guys coming from other parts of Europe later this year, Mississippi, California, Vermont, Alaska, Florida, Canada, Texas, everywhere in between. And it's really, really excellent to have everybody come out and join us. So Butch, how'd you do, man? What do you think? You made a really excellent looking guitar. That's classic.
I went with your 5 mistakes most people make coming to a class, which was do something build a good.
You
guitar.
didn't make any of those mistakes.
No.
Yeah.
We made a drawing. I made a basic Telecaster that was easy to make.
But it looks like $1 million too.
Yeah.
So I love the black with the black pickguard and the maple neck. It's really
Well, I
excellent.
tried to just make something since I hadn't made one before, just to make the best I could. And
You did a terrific job. Tell what. So we got Hipshot tuners,
Bridge.
maple neck with a
Maple
maple fretboard, which is totally classic.
and I got the Dylan pickups and the Hipshot bridge.
It's the best. It's the top of the line, right? Yeah.
I think it's everything.
Ah.
It's great. The kids
I
are
know
fighting-
it is.
The kids are fighting over it already.
Already?
Oh yeah, yeah. They all want it, so we'll see.
Well, so when you walked in on Monday, Butch, did you think you were going to be here on Friday? Because I remember what you said to me on Monday. You're going to make sure we actually get these things done.
Well, I have a history of making 3-legged tables, so so to have something complete, Was pretty good.
Well, it turned out great, man. What was one of your favorite parts?
The fretwork, actually.
Everybody, okay, you guys won't see this in the video, but Phil McKnight would sign off on every last one of these guitars fretwork. They're perfectly leveled, perfectly smooth on the sides. These guys, and when the guys got this stuff, there's no frets in there. They had to do it all, so they got terrific job.
No, I think we did a lot of time saving by having the necks shaped already,
Mm-hmm.
but being able to do every other step
Yeah,
was a great learning experience.
man, and fretwork and nutwork is one of the tricky bits. That shaping a neck is easy,
Mhm.
frankly. Fretwork and nutwork is the real trick.
And there's a lot of tricks into the wiring and things that if you haven't done it before,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you might have cut wood before, you might have done some things, but there's a lot of detail in here.
Oh, yeah,
that
man.
Slows. I think Chris said it looks like a guitar the second day, but
Yeah,
it
it's
don't
all those little steps,
Little
right?
steps,
Yeah.
So I'm real happy with it. Y'all made it very easy. I had a good time.
Well, Butch, it was great to have you here, and you know we goof around a
Mhm.
bunch, and Butch was great to because he gave as good as he got, and it was so much fun to have you guys here. But you really did. You said I want to build the best guitar I can, so there's no reason for me to make something absurd. Let's start with something cool, and it's a classic, right? It's Levi's and a white T-shirt. It's always going to be cool, and it's not just because it's simple doesn't mean it's easy.
No, it's all the
and-
same
and-
parts that most of these guys do
Yeah.
on the other ones. I decided not to do any body shaping. I kind of like the Telecaster.
Man, so does Brad Paisley.
yeah,
Everyone, yeah.
So I really enjoyed it. I'd recommend it to anybody.
Thank you, man.
I'll be back.
You want to come back?
I'll be back.
Okay, cool. Well, we'd love to have you come back. Who should we say hey to?
Oh shit. My wife Mindy.
She's on here.
Mindy's here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Let's see.
She wanted to make sure you got finished.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Adam, Jamie, Sarah.
And now, who's coming to
Yeah, I
Odyssey
do.
Beer Works to hang out with us tonight?
They
Anybody?
might all come. John, the youngest one. They're all here. Well, most of them are here.
So that was the other thing. You
lot
live
of
in
family.
Mississippi now, but
I'm
you've
from
got
New Orleans,
some
yeah.
family. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But you have
so-
family here now.
Yeah, my brother-in-law Mike, my son Matthew. We're
Cool.
here. So I made it easy, and so the rest of the family all came out. All lined up.
You do know that if you come out again and don't stop by the shop, I'm going to be offended, and
Oh,
you're going to
why?
hurt Chris's feelings.
No, I'll be by.
Okay, good.
I want to be the new Brian.
Nice.
Yeah, that came by.
Yeah, Brian. Yeah. So you guys need to know that like there are people who
Mhm.
are at these workshops. They come by during the workshops because they're fun.
Yeah.
And Brian and Brad both said make sure you guys sign up for the Facebook page. Chris and I don't run it. It's guys like you guys put it all together. So it's a Texas Toast Guitars alumni page on Facebook, and
Really?
yeah, you guys got to be.
Didn't know that.
It's I don't even know like I said I didn't know they were doing it. I didn't know they put it together. Chris and I are some reason or another they let us on there, but yeah,
I think
you guys
40 members, 45.
is that yeah.
that's a lot.
It's pretty cool. It's a really neat little group. So yeah, so make sure you guys get signed up if you're on, provided you're on Facebook. And
I want to thank Ike for playing it a little while ago. So he said it sounded good.
oh yeah,
So we
it
did
did
that.
sound good. Yep,
Yeah.
yep. It's
So,
terrific.
Anyway, had a great time.
It looks really excellent and it sounds even better. And yeah, man, you did a terrific job. Lots and lots of cool guitars here this week, you guys. So and there's even more to show. So thank you, Butch.
Thank you.
Who wants to come next?
Super chat from Dave.
Super chat from Dave.
Chun's off.
Dave, oh, Sir David, happy
says-
belated birthday. Sir.
Yes, happy birthday to Dave. Brian may have made me do it. Ateli is a great first guitar build. It may lead to more builds. Ask me how I know.
Yeah, that's right. Dave came out and built the telly with us his very first time. He's been out here like 8 other times. So yeah. Come on up, Jim. So the guy who traveled the second furthest, all the way from Fort Collins, Colorado. Hi, Jim. How are you,
Do you know
sir?
how bad 25 is?
I know, dude. Yeah. I think it takes about the same amount of time to go from Fort Collins to here as it did for Paul to fly across the ocean. Yeah. Paul, Jim, how the heck are you? What do we got going here?
So, I'm a Strat guy. So,
Nothing wrong with that.
I was the one person in the class who did not do a telly or bass
Okay.
or I guess a Jazzmaster. I did a Strat.
It looks great.
Yeah.
Get a load of that blue. That's like $95 blue.
This is Pontiac, 66 Pontiac blue. So
Okay.
A little bit standing out.
Le Mans blue, Chris? Okay.
Lamont, yeah. So I put in some Planet Tone HD Supremacy pickups.
And that's an outfit here, a local
They're
guy
actually
too.
over in Commerce City, so
Okay.
kind of keep the Colorado theme going.
Cool.
With this. Yeah, so I think it really the carbon fiber pickup.
Yeah, so you got like all black bits and the cool metallic blue, rosewood, maple, super
the
cool.
Hipshot open tuners.
Okay. Those are locking as well?
Those are locking as well.
Okay.
I don't know why you do it otherwise.
Yeah.
At least for me.
Mhm.
And a little bit of a splash with the knobs.
Yeah, those are pretty neat.
Yeah.
And then you got a hipshot trim.
A Hipshot trim, more of a modern one.
Okay.
So my other Strat at home is more of a Stroop Strat. So
Oh.
I wanted something a little bit more traditional
Okay.
with 3 single, but I wanted it to stand out.
Yeah. Well, sir. Congratulations. So, well, I don't know. So when you walked in on Monday, what did you think you were going to walk out on Friday with?
You know, I think it was more of a journey where I have a friend, Murphy.
Okay.
He likes to stop by. whenever I'm doing anything.
Okay, yeah.
So we had a couple of things here and there, and I was originally thinking the guitar was to be white with the black hardware.
Oh, okay.
So then we kind of pivoted on that as things came around,
Yeah.
and it was kind of a happy journey like that. I really
That's
liked
cool,
the colors.
man.
You know, it exceeds my expectations when I came around Monday.
Well, I mean, this looks terrific. Yeah, and great job. Great job to everybody too. What was one of your favorite bits?
Sanding.
Nice.
No, actually, something I've never done before was the painting.
Okay.
Using the spray gun, I never did that before. So Chris.
No,
was
but
my
you've
team.
done some guitar kits or
I've done a couple kids. I actually made one for my son.
okay, cool.
That one was a die. I did one with the rattle can,
Okay.
but using the gun, that was
The
Totally different
the pro spray gear makes all the difference.
that was
The spray booth is where it really is at. Yeah, not having to go outside and shoot paint. Yeah.
Right.
Cool, man. Well, so have you rocked on it? Have you ran around and pretended to rock on it, or you
Not
done
yet.
like over the back sling deal? Or
Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait a little bit for that.
okay, all right, okay. who may or may not be watching?
So, well, the whole class was a gift from my wife.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. I
so
forgot.
My wife Maureen. So I'd say hi to her.
Thank you, Maureen, for letting us have Jim. He's been a cool guy.
I guess the other person I want to give a shout out to is my sister Eileen. She's fighting breast cancer.
Oh.
So, Eileen, fight good fight.
Yes, stay
Yeah.
strong, Eileen.
So
Outstanding, man. Well, so you're gonna come back with somebody next time.
I'm gonna try to bring my son. So we
Wouldn't
were
that
talking.
be fun?
Yeah, we were talking about what we're doing, and he was interested. So
Cool. Well, that's great. How old
Awesome.
is your son?
he is 24.
24. Perfect. Well, that'd be
Yeah.
great, man. Yeah, we'd love to have you guys come back out. That'd be terrific. What would you make? Okay, when you come back out next time, then what?
Well, it's not gonna be a Strat.
Okay, are you gonna do the same the Fender one again because you're doing it with your son, or are you
I
gonna do
probably
something?
try to do something different. I guess
Okay.
it would also depend what he wanted to go for.
Okay, yeah, cool, man, excellent. So we can't sign you up for the $9,000 Strat build that we have openings for in October.
I don't have $9,000.
But funny thing, it's not $9,000. Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, we'll talk. We'll talk.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? I'll call Maureen. But yeah, thanks for letting us have Jim all week. Great guy, and I don't know what to say. Just have a look at this. This
Well,
is
you,
like,
you didn't mention this
Yeah.
broke the mold.
oh, that's right. Yeah, I sent you guys all invoices too. None of you guys paid them yet. So, all right. Thanks, Jim, for hanging out with us. And yeah, who's next? Who's next? I'm running out of hilarious lines here. Come on, Scott.
Scott's got somebody waiting here. on him,
Scott's got
too.
somebody waiting?
AJ, hi, Dad. Scott from Granby's Guitars, the
AJ.
coolest.
The coolest. Man, get a load of this. This one turned out pretty nice, huh?
My wife Rachel is also watching too.
So AJ and Rachel,
yes.
thanks for letting us have Scott
Hi,
all week.
Rachel.
He has been on his best behavior. Scott, tell us what you made,
I made it.
because it's pretty slick.
I made a Telecaster with a burst that I got to spray myself. I thought that was really cool.
Great job too.
It has a roasted maple neck with an ebony fretboard.
Oh yeah, so you did a fretboard upgrade as well as a truss rod upgrade. God bless you.
Yeah, I have a spoke wheel truss rod. I thought I really like those, so I'm glad I got to put that on too.
It's neat, man. And then you went with you ordered some Hipshot tuners and a Hipshot bridge.
Yep.
You even ordered the Hipshot ferrules for the back.
Yes, I did. They're Hipshot brand ferrules.
So you know it's good.
Yeah. And I also put a handmade by Scott Moore plate on the back.
That turned out great, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, well, what do you think when you walked in on Monday? Did you think this is what you were going to have in
Pull
your
it up a
hands
little bit.
on Friday? Oh yeah, let's get it up there.
There you go. Yep.
People want to see the burst. The beauty's in the burst.
Yeah. When I walked in on Monday, I was scrambling to try and come up with plan B
Why?
because I didn't have my pickups.
That's right. I forgot all about that. So, sometimes it works out that when you order pickups from Dylan at Dylan Talks Tone, he ships them right here. So you were like, oh no, I don't have my pickups yet. And we called Dylan. He's like, well, I'll second day air them to you.
That
So
was super cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dylan.
that was very, very good of Dylan to do that. So yeah. So how was that working out? He was going to send them to your house or something? Or?
Yeah, they were going to be sent to my house. Worst comes to worst, I could have made the drive and gone and got them. It's a long drive.
It's a long way. It's what, a couple hours at the least.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's for a round trip. You're looking at 5 hour drive.
Okay. Yeah. So, well, since you're in Granby, Colorado, I thought, well, let's just call Dylan and see if we can just ship them here. We need them by Friday, and he this was Monday. He overnighted or he second day aired them, so we had them on. Yeah.
They were here Wednesday.
Yeah. It was perfect.
It was awesome.
Well, so okay, so you got the so what did you get from Dylan? Like how did that work?
I got the T-Style upgrade kit, which comes with the flat 6 telly pickups,
Okay.
and it also comes with the controls and the control plate and everything. So this already came together. So
So you just kind of pop that right in there, and
yeah. I know maybe some people soldering's part of the experience, and it is to some degree, and I did to some degree.
yeah. You
I
still
didn't have to
have
deal-
to solder stuff together.
Yeah. That's not. It's the woodwork, and it's the using the tools, and
Yeah,
it's,
man.
it's the fretwork, and it's all that stuff.
I didn't ask
the
anybody
real
else, but what was
experience.
you're a tool guy. What was your favorite tool in the wood shop?
Well,
I mean, we all
you
know it was the
of
pin.
course.
Yeah.
It wasn't the only cool tool. I mean, there's a shop full of really cool tools there, just set up to make guitars. And I think that's the way to do it.
Well, it was great to have you here, man. Did I ask what your favorite part was?
Well, you starting from beginning to end, looking at the end of the day 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I mean, like here, day 5. This is a finished guitar. This is a fine example of a guitar.
I mean, yeah, that's an heirloom quality instrument right there, man, that you made. And you made it in 5 days. That's the thing. That the takeaway from this is how remarkable it is to do what you guys do in 5 days.
Yeah. I think it's super cool.
Are you ready to rock?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. What have you played it yet? I mean, what's the first song you played on it?
I haven't.
Okay, you
I
just kind of
just got it
noodled.
tuned up and gotten it intonated and just noodled.
We did come down to the wire, yeah.
I got lots of learning to do anyway, so
Okay.
this is going to be. I'll learn a lot with this guitar.
What's one of your favorite bands, Scott?
one of my favorite
Yeah.
bands?
And why is it AC/DC?
It's actually on the other spectrum,
Oh.
ZZ Top.
Oh, okay. Well,
But
if
then
you're-
there's the Allman Brothers.
oh, man, I tell you what, I'd like to say I'm into everything from AC/DC to ZZ Top, but really, I just like those guys.
AC/DC is cool too.
Yeah.
Actually, I've seen them both,
Oh, cool. Okay.
and the Allman Brothers. Actually,
Nice. I've not seen the Allman Brothers, but I have seen AC/DC.
when the years have gone by.
Yeah, man. Well, cool. I hope we hear lots of heads in Mississippi, as well as If You Want Blood, You Got It, coming
Yeah.
from this later tonight. So yeah, tonight, Scott. That's what we want to hear.
Maybe
Well,
next year.
you got to drive back still.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for letting us have Scott all week. And you're driving back this evening?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you gonna come and have a slice of pizza with us, or
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Outstanding. Excellent. All right, so we got one more, right? We got Thornton still. Thornton, come on up, man, and bring that sexy accent you made. This one, hey everybody, this is Matt. We're at Texas Toast Guitar. I already said that. Thornton, how are you, sir?
I'm good.
Then you came all the way from New Mexico,
Mexico.
but you've lived all over the place. You've been telling me.
Yeah.
Cool. So what? This is. Get a load of this maple. I mean, this thing turned out great. What do you got here?
Well, it's a Telecaster, obviously.
Yes.
As you can see, not exactly a classic.
No, you
Appointments.
you did some. You made it very, very cool upgrades and new appointments.
Right. Yeah, we got real hammer pickups, Graphtec tuners, and the reason it has this nice quilted top is because the blank I got for the body was just way too heavy.
It was a little heavy, so Chris decided to make
We put a smuggler's rod. in it.
weight relieved
Yeah.
and then some. Yeah.
And we covered it with this top that you guys had.
Mm-hmm.
So
Turned out great, man. Really excellent. So you went with 2 humbuckers and a Hipshot bridge. Great choice, by the way. What's up with the rail hammers? Do you just like them? I like them, but why did you choose?
I just thought it seemed like a cool thing.
They
to try,
look super
you know?
cool,
Yeah,
right?
They look cool.
Now these are kind of the P90 voiced ones.
Yeah, supposedly. I haven't heard what they sound like yet.
We're gonna
Yeah.
find out. We came down to the
Ike says they
wire.
sound good. So
They do. Bob Balch from Fu Manchu plays the rail hammer pickups, and that's one of my favorites. So excellent.
All right.
So when you drove up from New Mexico, what were you thinking? Like, what was going through your head? You're like, yeah.
I'm gonna learn how to make guitars.
And you did. What was one of your favorite parts?
Well, I mean, the reason I wanted to learn this stuff is because there's no guitar stores where I live, so I kind of need to be self-sufficient.
Let's talk about that. So you are kind of in rural New Mexico.
Yeah,
What about a half hour from the closest
Taos.
major
Taos would be the closest.
which no one would consider to be a major metropolitan area.
No, Taos is pretty small too.
Yeah. So that's super cool, man. I love New Mexico, and the high desert thing is very important to me. But it takes a lot to drive any amount of distance to come where you don't really know anybody, and like I said, the camaraderie of all the guys here. It's just been great to have you guys all here, and just joking around and making guitars, and it's one of the most fun ways you can spend 5 days. I hope that you guys all had that experience. So excellent, man. What would you do it again, and what would you do again, and why would it be a carb top Les Paul?
I might just do it again. I'm not sure if it would be the Les Paul, maybe the Ultimate Guitar Build or the
Ooh, yeah.
$9,000 Strat.
Okay, the $9,000 Strat, which by the way, Jim, is like $2,500. So yeah, I did that. Is that right? $2,500. That sound right? Okay, yeah, okay. I want to make sure you can understand it. So yeah, I mean that would be a great one. I love these workshops, and we always try to make something new and cool. But this one is the one that we started. This is about as close to the one that we started with, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah. Started out as build a classic Telecaster.
Yeah. And man, you guys really upped the classic Telecaster game quite a bit this week. And everybody coming next time has a lot to live up to. So don't come in half stepping, right? You gotta come correct. What did I ask? Oh, who do you want to say hey to anybody out there?
No.
Okay, all right. Well, that's okay too. Yeah. Well, thanks to for letting us have Thornton all week, and it was great to have you here, and Paul. So anyway, Chris, can you come up and close us out, sir? Thank you, Thornton.
Tell us how good we
Yeah, tell us how good we would.
You want me to
Chris.
lie?
Yeah, tell us how good we were.
So if we don't have
Hey,
Chris,
everybody.
we don't have Chris on the video, people will be like, "Hey, what happened to Chris?
Yeah.
Was Chris
When
okay?"
did you fire Chris?
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know
yeah.
how why they think that
It's a
I
shame
have
you had to let him go.
that I have the ability to do anything like that. So
Yeah.
what do you think? Can I stop talking now?
No, you have to keep talking because I don't know what to talk about. It was a great class. Everybody, built great guitars. We got a little bit of tweaking to do after this.
We do.
Yeah, a little bit.
Jeez. Okay.
But it was really fun. And really, I don't want to say I was panicking earlier today,
I was.
but internally I was.
Yeah.
In here, I was panicking. And we pulled it off right at the last minute. Nothing totally horrible. Nothing totally horrible went wrong.
Did anybody
We had
have
a
to
few little-
remake their
little weird
nuts?
things? Yes. Yes.
Oh.
That's what we have to do.
Okay.
Is there was a slot mishap.
We knew that
But
that
we
was gonna
have
happen.
we have backup.
Okay.
nuts.
No
So,
sweat. All right. Good.
and always try and have backup nuts.
Crack Paul up.
Yeah. I snort and he laughs. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great week, and man, it went so
I know,
fast.
dude.
And I kept thinking, we have another day. We have another, and then yesterday I was like, tomorrow's the last day.
Yeah. We have another
my
day
Lord,
until
yeah.
Thursday. or
Yeah,
Friday
you do have
morning,
another
yeah.
day, and then you don't have any more days. But yeah, it was really fun. I really enjoyed everybody. So,
Yeah. Good work, you guys.
yeah.
It was fun to hang with everybody this week.
It
was a
was.
fun class. Yes.
It was great, so most times, Jimmy's out of town this week, but most times Jim invites you guys over to his place. It was great to have you guys come over to my house yesterday, and we're all going over to your place tonight, Chris.
No, we're not.
You live a little further away.
I do live too far for everybody to come over. Yeah.
Well, gang, thanks for hanging out with us for a very special reveal. I had a great time this week. I hope you guys all did too. And I don't know, Chris, what do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's your line. That's
It
your,
is.
your
Yeah.
tagline.
Yeah, I know. You said it at the beginning.
I'm sorry.
Chris is usually here saying yeah.
So yeah. Anyhow, so this has been Matt, and this has been Chris from Texas Oaks Guitars, and the class of June 2023. Build a classic Fender, reminding you that life is short. You might as well have a cool guitar. You might as well build it yourself. Thanks for watching, you guys. We will see you next time. Thank you, guys. All right, so we got a nut.